Hey queens, hey queens, hey queens. Today we are going to be talking all about syngoniums. One of my favorite plants. I just realized that this was one of my favorite plants. I did not realize it. I just came across, not just, but few months now, I've been doing a lot of research on it. When I came across it, I came across a video and I fell in love with syngoniums, okay? And I'm going to show you 3 types of different syngoniums today, right? I believe this is the white syngonium. I'm not too sure, so all of the names of the plants will be boom, boom, boom on the screen, okay? If not there, then here, okay? But this, look at this beauty. Look at that beauty. You see? Look at now, this is a more mature plant. This is a more mature leaf, right? I think when they're coming out, they look something like, let me find it. Something like this. You see how that is? They look something like that. I actually have to cut this off. We're gonna talk about this in a second. But you see how it has the ears and stuff? Yeah, so this is a juvenile one, and this is how they come out when they are babies. But once they form into a nice, beautiful one like this. You see that? So gorgeous, right? I am in love with syngoniums. So the care of this plant, right? And you realize that each plant is going to be different because of the variegations of it, if it has more color or if it has more if it's not really too green, then it's going to demand a different type of lighting, right? So this baby right here, I have under a grow light, but it doesn't get direct sunlight, right? So my window, you see this window right here, in my living room where it's at, my window is on the same level, but the plant is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet steps back, right, from where the window is. So it's getting very indirect sunlight, right? But it's getting the grow light throughout the day, mainly at nighttime, okay? If you feel as if you need to supplement any form of lighting, I don't feel I need to supplement any lighting really, but I have other plants around it that needs grow lights. So I just put it there because of where the humidifier is, which we're gonna get into as well. So these plants don't need bright light, it just needs filtered light. You can have it in your window with bright light, have it filtered, you know, that kind of way, the blinds, that kind of thing, but just don't have it direct light. And also direct lighting can also mean, because I know when I was first starting, it was a thing of, what is direct lighting? Like, I have blinds on, but if your area where you have your plants is getting all day of 8 hours of sunlight, then that is bright direct sunlight. Now in the rising, If it's getting at least 3 to 4, 5, maybe hours of sunlight, and then the rest of the day it's not getting as much of that sunlight, then that is a form of, okay, it's getting indirect sunlight, right? And also, that's also acclimating it into, if you ever wanted to put your plants into a much brighter light, right? That's a way of acclimating it into a light, because you never want to put your plants directly into sunlight. So syngoniums are wonderful for outside in the summertime, right? Because of the sun, because of the humidity, right? But when you're taking them from the inside to the outside, right, from indoors to outdoors, you want to make sure that you're acclimating it, meaning just like the sunlight that it's getting, give it a few more extra hours of bright sun, and then move it out of that sun area. Move it into a filtered sun area. Move it into more of a shaded sun area, that kind of thing. Or bring it back into the house where it normally is comfortable at. But then every week, increase that sunlight until it has acclimating it. So you don't want to burn leaves, because a beautiful plant like this, you're going to be like, why did I do that, right? But give it humidity. Now, I take this with a grain of salt. When I say give it humidity, right? What is your environment like? That's the question. Now, I know I'm gonna butcher this name. This is a Syngonium It's right there on the screen. But isn't she so beautiful? Look at that. Look at the new leaf. I got this off of Etsy. This is supposed to be a rare plant. I don't know what rare plants are. I just know that I see a plant, if I like it, I'm getting it. But this is the baby that came. Right? It was all curled up. It just opened when I woke up. I just seen this baby. I'm so excited. And I just watered her yesterday and put her in this area on the plant stand and let her get light. And this area is shaded light. If I put her in the living room, then she's getting bright light. For some reason, the sun, not even for some reason, I have more trees over here than I do over there. The sun is able to go directly into my living room and into my plant area and stuff like that. But where right here, where these plants are, which they are okay, it's getting filtered light. So I'm acclimating it little by little, because I just received this probably 3 days ago, right? And it's doing wonderful. One thing about these syngoniums, when they're thirsty, they're going to wilt their leaves, right? They're gonna just be wilted. And when I got it out the box, I noticed that the soil was very, very, very dry, which is okay, because we don't want anything to come shipped to us wet. But I let it stay dry for the 2 days, and I just watered it yesterday. On that note, this is why this unfurled. And I moved it around a little bit because I put it next to some humidity for at least 2 hours, and then I moved it back to the stand. I just moved it to this windowsill to get a little bit more filtered lighting, so I can eventually, once it's out of its dormancy stage, right, from my other plants, so I can move it into a brighter light. So within 2 weeks, this should have a home and a brighter area with much more humidity, okay? So that's the lighting when I say, what is your environment like? Because of the trees over here and no trees over there, my environment, I have to make sure that I strategically place my plants where they need good lighting. Okay, which plants need what lighting, right? So this plant right here is getting much more lighting than this plant, this new woodylandi plant, Syngonium plant. The W plant. I'm gonna name my babies because these names. But now, let me make sure this is what's not what it is. I'm just checking. I see new babies trying to grow. You always want to check your plants for pests. I try to do that often. Every time I'm watering, really, I definitely try to do that often. Let me check this dirt. And I don't have it in this ceramic pot. I have it still in the nursery pot, actually. See? And look at those roots. Okay, look at those roots. So, and I don't want to change it yet. I don't want to change it yet because it's still growing, new babies. It's still thriving and everything from the environment that I'm giving it. And the environment that this baby is living in, it has, like I said, it's under a grow light. It gets the filtered light because it's further back. If I had it further up to the window, the blinds make it filtered more. But if I had it up closer to the window over there, then basically this would get much more brighter light. But because it's right under the grow light, it's doing excellent. And it has a grow light right over it, and then it has another grow light right above it from for other plants as well, but it's beaming on it as well. So that's the environment that this plant is getting, sitting next to, wait for it, a humidifier. Yes, a humidifier. Now, I say that to say this as we sip on our coffee. I am in a plant group, right, a plant community, and many that have syngoniums say, this is where it comes to your environment, say that they do not need humidifiers for their syngoniums. And the syngoniums they don't end up being dry or anything in that nature, which I think is excellent. But for my environment, and I do live on a beach, so I do have a much more humid environment. Right now, the humidifier says 82% at 22 degrees Celsius, right? So it's nice and warm in here. It's has a nice high humidity in here. Just checking. And they're thriving. She's thriving. This one is over here towards the kitchen. This one is thriving. It's getting lots of humidity and filtered sun. Maybe if I see fit that if it grows out another baby within the 2 week span time, I will keep this over here. But because this one in that environment, different environment, even though they both have humidity, right? If I bring that humidity reader over here, it's going to give me a little bit different of a humidity reading, but it's not going to be completely off. It may be higher over here than it is over here because of my sunroof. My sunroof is open, right? So it's all about your environment. Once you know and understand the plant and what the plant needs, right, then you can take this and this works for me. Oh, I don't need to do that. That doesn't work for me, right? So sometimes not everyone has a humidifier. What you can do is, because I said this is still in a nursery, right, you can get some pebbles, stones, rocks, free, and put them at the bottom of a plate if you don't have it in a ceramic, and then put the water on it on the bottom of the plate, put the rocks there, and then put the pot right on top without the roots touching the water, because you don't want the roots to sit in water. So this is why you have the rocks there and a little bit of water, not filling up the water, a little bit of water, because the water's gonna evaporate. I know y'all didn't hear that word. Into the, go right into the plant, right? That is an excellent way of getting humidity if you do not have a humidifier. Another way of getting humidity if you do not have a humidifier, let's get this, is by boiling water. Oops. I'm sorry about my lighting. My lighting is just changing. By boiling water, and I put it in either a coffee cup, and then I put the humidifier, I put the coffee cup near my plants. Or you can get it into a pot and put the pot near the plants. Either way, you're winning. Okay? This is not doing me good right now. What is going on with this lighting today? Okay, so either way, you're winning. So another way, have I tried this? Oh, go to the dollar store, or go to the Family Dollar Store, or Walmart, or Marshall's, or Kohl's, and get you, or TJ Maxx if you still have one, and get a little, what you call those humidifiers? Yeah, they're like essential oil humidifier. Don't put essential oil in it though. That works as well. Okay. Another way you can get humidity into your plants if you don't have a humidifier is bunching plants together. Bunch those plants together. Humidity right away. I'm trying to get the lighting together. But you get humidity right away, bunching those plants together. And if you do see any dryness on the tips of your plants or anything, try one of those tips that can help you get the humidity higher in your plants. Okay? So that is one way. So those are the ways that you can provide humidity towards your plants, right? So now, can this plant live in an airy soil, or does it need to hold a little bit more moisture? Now, because I don't like my plants to be in too much of a heavy soil, I always go against the grain. But if you're not a person that wants to water your plants often, then you may want to add not such an airy soil, meaning don't add too much perlite. Don't add too much pumice, that kind of stuff. You want to add, don't put a cactus soil. Use more of the natural dirt kind of thing, the organic maybe substrate. But me, I'm going to have it more in a kind of an airy side. But now, meaning the reason why I say that is because of my environment. Because of it's very humid, I want to make sure that I don't give it, I haven't repotted this one yet. I want to make sure that I don't give it that, was that one that I said I was going to come back to show you? Me, ooh, excuse me, looking for, oh, here it goes. See? I'll pick up this bag, baby. Ooh. Let me just take it out of here. Oh, this one it bent. Oh. You see that baby right there? Oh. You see that baby right there? Mm-hmm. Right there. Let me turn this so you can see. So it's turning, and that's not from dryness. When you see something like that, that's like bacteria. Let me see if I can show you another one. Here goes these. When you see ones like this, that's like bacteria, all right? And because it's already in a plastic, and then I have it in this ceramic, it's giving it, so I need to close this blind. That's what it is. It's giving so much moisture. It's giving so much moisture towards this plant, right? And that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to give it too much moisture. We don't want it to live in a wet soil. So if you have a soil that is very condensed, and it's heavy on the side, less perlite, less airy, and you just holding moisture, like coca-cola, if I'm saying it right, that holds a lot of moisture compared to perlite. Perlite is more airy, is lighter on the side, right? And we want to make sure that we give it an even balance of substrate. Because look at these little babies that's growing in down here. Look at these little babies growing in down here. And I believe it's because of the moisture that I'm providing, the humidity I'm providing it around it, and it being in this plastic pot, and this is providing the moisture. Because when you take the plastic pot out of this, then guess what? You see the condensed moisture around it, the condensity. What's that called? Condensation. Not condense. Condensation around the pots, okay? So that's how you know that you're giving humidity. So I guess that's another form of way of providing humidity to your plants. Keep it in the plastic and put it inside of a ceramic pot, okay? Voila. Now these syngoniums are arrowhead head plants, meaning that you see it kind of, hanging, flopping over. They're vining plants. So, but these are all sticking up. So I guess I have to give this side some more lighting, or is that just because it's the more mature leaves, I guess? But I like them all sticking up. You see? It's beautiful. You see how beautiful those are? So they will trail. They will trail. They will trail. So listen, if you want your plant to grow really, really big, you're going to eventually, those roots down at the bottom, I'm going to eventually repot it into a bigger pot. Not too big, but this is the repotting section. If this is 6 inches, right, then I may go up to an 8-inch pot, because you want to give these roots more room to grow so the plant can grow more. But if this baby is still popping out babies, I'm not touching that baby. I'm gonna leave it until it goes stunt on me, and then I'm like, okay, you are asking for a new pot. Now, propagating them, I am not too familiar with this yet, but because they have nodes, like, I don't know if you can see this right here. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Right here. The little things, you see those things right there? Yep, that and that right there. Coming from them, you could probably just propagate that in water. Up in this, yep, there it goes, right there. Look at those roots. You could just pop that in water and propagate that. Let the roots grow, new fresh roots from that root. And you will probably, because I haven't tried it yet, that's why I said probably, I'm going to try it if I have the guts to cut my baby. You'll probably see more roots, of course, growing from that root, and then you will have another plant baby. And you know, if you follow my YouTube channel, I am all about making plants babies, okay? Let's get into it. But let me see, is that all the care that I have been doing for these plants, basically? And oh, make sure you clean the leaves off. When I first got them, I put it in the shower and I sprayed with neem oil, because you're bringing your new plants home. And with all the plants that I have here, I don't want to really infect any of my plants. So you have all these other plants. Make sure you take care of it properly, dormancy it from the other plants, okay? While you're still providing it with the amicable light, the amicable humidity, watering, right? And now let's get to watering. Water it when you feel that it needs to be watered, right? Meaning, if you're giving it more lighting, bright lighting, because this is getting filtered light and it's getting grow lights a lot throughout the day, I have to pay attention to this plant more, because the more light you give a plant, the drier that plant is going to become. But your environment matters. It's living near a humidifier, and it's in the ceramic pot. So again, take what I'm telling you with a grain of salt by understanding the plants and knowing your environment, because it really, really matters. And when I say your environment, your bathroom is different from your living room. I have plants in my bathroom. I put plants in my bathroom too, and take them out and put them back, because I know it needs humidity. So what is your environment like? Your bedroom environment is definitely different from your living room or your bathroom, because your room, you want it to be comfortable. The summertime, you're not going to have it hot. For tropical plants, right? Well, I can't even say this is a tropical plant, but like ficus or pothos and stuff like that. Pothos can actually they can survive mostly anywhere. Air conditioned offices, lots of places. Bathrooms, they thrive with humidity. They thrive with good lighting, but they can also go with low lighting. But that's another video. But syngoniums, listen, acclimate your plants to exactly what you can tolerate and that you can take care of them as, okay? The higher the light, the brighter the light they are in, the more watering you're going to do. If you don't have them too much around a humidifier, right? If you're not providing it humidity, the less light you're giving it, the less watering that it's going to need throughout the week. So we have to pay attention to our environment and what we're doing consistently to what our plant needs. So hopefully this has helped you with understanding your Syngonium plants and just loving them as much as I do. I'm going to show you actually one more Syngonium. So this plant is called the Neon Robust Syngonium, Syngonium Pink Neon. Oh, isn't she a beauty? Look at her. Now, I got her from Home Depot, and she had a little bit of pest. And this is why it's important for you to check your plants when you are purchasing plants. But I just got thrown off because she had so many new babies. I didn't care about these things and stuff. It was just so many new babies she was producing all around, and she's still producing, right? So what I did, I brought her home, I sprayed her down for like 3-4 days in the tub, didn't water her, just kept spraying her down, neem oil and insecticides, right? And she's been thriving. I put her outside in the sun because I'm acclimating her to exactly what I want her to be acclimated to. So remember when I said that when you have more colors on your leaves, right? Look at that one. Oh, you want to give it a little bit more brighter light. So I just went full ham in because she was already with bugs. And I figured, okay, if she's going to go crazy on me, she needs to go crazy on me right away, and I could just handle it. And we'll grow together, right? This is the Growing with Selena channel, right? So we'll grow together. But she has not went cuckoo on me. She's actually been doing so good. Where's the wood? Knock, knock, knock. But after 5 days, I finally watered her. No, I put her outside in the rain. That's what I did because it was raining. I put her outside in the rain. She loved it, I guess, because she started to unfurl more new babies, and more new babies start coming again. I haven't watered her again yet, but it's almost time because she's a little wet, right? But I know within like 3 days she'll be more on the drier side. I don't want her to fully get dry, but I want to see how she does. And I just bought her, this was April's plant haul shopping. So we're growing together, queens. We're all growing together. Demonte, wait. So here are my Syngoniums. loving them. And what am I doing different for this one? This one, like I said, I just went straight to bright light. Outside light. I acclimated it. You have to realize when you have plants coming from the nursery, you want to make sure that you're giving them, if you can, give them the environment that they were receiving, right? And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted it to go back to the environment that it was receiving, because it has color on it. I gave it a little bit more brighter light. If you see that your leaves are getting more green, right, turning back green from that pink, then move it away from that sun. We don't want to do that. We don't want to hurt the plant. We don't want it to revert back. We want it to stay in nice, lush, full color. Me too. Okay? So, I think that one day I am going to propagate this baby right here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do, because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can just propagate. I'm excited. I'm so excited. But again, if this has helped you understand your Syngonium more, then like, click, share, and make sure you turn your notifications on, because listen, every week we are going to drop a story, right? We are going to grow together. We are going to just take this journey together. And if you do have any questions, drop it in the comment section. And if you have any suggestions, any tips, any hacks, drop it in the comment section, and I would love to communicate with you, because this community is about growing together, growing on a journey with our plants. So make sure everything you do it the right way. So we came to Home Depot, and we fell in love with this beautiful Syngonium. It's called red Syngonium, I think it is. Syngonium pink neon. Look at how beautiful this is. And look at the growing points and the babies that's coming in. Beautiful. And then we got another Syngonium, a pink. Just gorgeous.